Hi, I'm Doreen. I'm a former race car driver and I'm here at Speed Vegas with the Ferrari F8 Tributo. And this is a Ferrari, when it got released, nobody cared about it. Nobody even wanted it. And now the demand is higher than ever. So I found that very odd and I digged a little bit into, and here's what I think what happened. So let's start to talk about why nobody wanted this car when it got released. So let's circle back in time. In 2015, Ferrari released the 488 GTB. In 2018, they made the track version, the 488 Pista. And in 2019, they released the F8 Tributo. So when this car got released, nobody knew really what it was. People thought it's maybe just a 488 with a facelift. If I buy one, why should I not go for the Pista right away? So people didn't really know what it is. And also, Ferrari already released or announced that they're gonna do a hybrid after. So they said this is gonna be the last one. Why I should not wait for the hybrid directly? Also, the timing was a little bit unfortunate. So the car got released in 2019 and we all know what happened in 2020. Factories shut down, people were scared. The last thing they had on their mind was buying a brand new Ferrari at that time. And it kind of felt the same for us. We didn't really knew what the car was. The timing was odd. We still bought it, but it was one of these cars for Ferrari where you have to buy it just to get the allocations for the cars you actually want. You know how the game works. So the F8 was not necessarily a car we kind of wanted to buy. It was more like we had to, then later to get really the cool models. Now we are in 2025 and all of a sudden the demand for the F8 Tributo is higher than ever. So what happened? So I would say let's jump in the car and see what makes this car so special that everybody wants one. This is not going to be a full driving report of the F8 Tributo, but I did another video doing exactly that, let you know how it really feels to drive it. So you can find the video here. So the reason why all of a sudden people want to have that. So in the beginning, people thought it's just a facelift, it's just a little bit of an updated 488, but it's actually not. And it took people to realize how great this car actually is, because it's much more defined than the 488. It has better electronics, the traction control is better, the suspension is more defined. So they really updated a lot of things. On top of that, this car, the F8, has the same engine in the 488 Pista, so it's brutally fast. It's amazing on the straight. The other reason I believe why people want it now, because in the beginning they said, okay, let's wait for the 296 until we have the hybrid. But then they realized, oh my God, that's the last V8 of Ferrari. And you know, when something is the last one, now all of a sudden they want something more. So if you think about it, this is the last twin turbo V8 Ferrari is gonna make. And this sound, you're not gonna get that anymore. The V6, the hybrids are completely different. They sound completely different. So yeah, let's buy it. And I think this was part of the hype for the F8 Tributo. I can understand why people want that car. It's so much fun to drive. So wait, let's do one thing. Let's look at this masterpiece of engine, you know? It's the last one, so we need to appreciate it and admire it. So here it is, the last V8. We're not gonna see that again. So yeah, I believe that the release of the Ferrari 296, which was a hybrid, kind of helped the F8 to gain in popularity. I'm not sure if the demand would be so high now if they would kind of continue their way with the V8s. So I think that helped. If we look at the pricing, to buy the F8 now, it's $340,000. That's more than the MSRP when they released the car. That is insane. If you want to buy the newer model, the new kind of line of Ferrari, a 296 GTB, you get one for $300,000. So the newer model is cheaper than this one, which is insane. If you don't want to spend the $340,000 to drive the Ferrari F8, you can drive it at Speed Vegas for $499. And yeah, as I always say, you know where to find us.